In the dazzling world of entertainment, where lights are brightest and cameras never stop rolling, some stories unfold not in scripted lines or rehearsed dialogues, but in the quiet moments when no one is supposed to notice. Among such tales lies the intriguing bond between Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi, a connection that fans and insiders whisper about, a hidden love story that seems to bloom subtly behind the curtains of fame. Their journey began on the set of Love of the Divine Tree, a drama that captivated audiences not only because of its magical storyline, but also because of the undeniable chemistry between its two leads. From the very first scene, something felt different. It wasn't just acting. It was as though their eyes spoke a language known only to them. Every stolen glance, every lingering touch, every unscripted smile seemed to tell a story deeper than what the script required. What made it even more fascinating was the way they carried this energy off the set. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the warmth between them continued in small gestures, gestures that keen-eyed fans caught on camera and once shared online, sparked endless discussions. One unforgettable moment came during a behind-the-scenes break. The cast and crew were gathered around a long table, sharing lunch, laughter echoing through the air. Xiang Hanzhi, dressed in a casual hoodie, sat quietly as Deng Wei approached from behind with a bottle of water. Without a word, he placed it in front of her, opening the cap before setting it down. She looked up, caught his gaze, and the two shared a smile so unguarded that even the crew paused to watch. It was the kind of moment that didn't scream romance, but whispered it instead, soft, secret, and impossibly sweet. Fans later replayed that clip hundreds of times, convinced that what they saw was real. "That's not acting," one wrote on Weibo. "That's the kind of look two people give each other when they share something no one else can understand." Another moment that left viewers speechless came during a promotional interview. The host asked the pair about their first impressions of one another. Xiang Hanzhi laughed shyly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear, while Deng Wei glanced at her, his eyes soft but steady. "She's very gentle," he said carefully, as if the word didn't quite capture what he meant. Hanzhi blushed, and though she quickly diverted her gaze, her smile betrayed her. That small, electric exchange was enough to send fans spiraling into theories about their off-screen closeness. But the most mind-blowing scene wasn't caught by official cameras at all. It was revealed by fans who attended a live event where both actors appeared. While taking a group bow on stage, Deng Wei subtly reached out, his hand brushing against Hanji's as though to steady her. It lasted only a second, but the look that passed between them was undeniable. Some swore that it was love hidden in plain sight. The charm of their hidden bond lies in its subtlety. Unlike other celebrity pairings who flaunt their closeness on social media, Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi seem to guard their connection like a treasure. They rarely post pictures together outside of work, yet when they do appear side by side, their energy is magnetic. It's in the way he angles his body slightly toward her during interviews, or how she unconsciously mirrors his gestures. To the untrained eye, it may look like coincidence, but to those who watch closely, it is the quiet language of two people deeply in tune with each other. Industry insiders have also added fuel to the fire. Rumors surfaced that during the filming of Love of the Divine Tree, Deng Wei often requested Xiang Hanzhi as his rehearsal partner, even for scenes that didn't require her presence. While others may have brushed it off as preference, those familiar with the industry noted that such requests are rare and almost always born of personal fondness. Even more telling was the incident during a night shoot. The temperature had dropped unexpectedly, and the crew scrambled to provide jackets and blankets. Witnesses say Deng Wei quickly removed his own coat and draped it over Xiang Hanji's shoulders before grabbing another for himself. She tried to protest, but he silenced her with a look so gentle that it silenced everyone around them too. That simple, chivalrous act became one of the most talked-about stories from the set, whispered about for weeks afterward. Fans, of course, have turned detectives, analyzing every moment, every glance, and every word between the two. A compilation video of their off-script moments went viral, amassing millions of views within days. In it, Viewers could see the way Deng Wei's eyes softened whenever Hanji laughed, or the way her posture relaxed whenever he stood beside her. "If this isn't love, then what is?" one fan commented. But perhaps the most striking thing about their hidden love is the way it feels both ordinary and extraordinary. It's not loud or flashy. It's woven into the smallest details, like the way she playfully teases him during interviews or how he instinctively protects her from the crowd during fan events. These are not grand declarations, but subtle affirmations, the kind of gestures that matter most in real life. At a charity gala earlier this year, the two appeared on the red carpet separately, as expected. Yet once inside, attendees noticed how they gravitated toward each other, stealing quiet conversations in the corners, laughing at private jokes, their comfort with each other impossible to miss. A photographer managed to capture a candid shot of them in mid-laughter, eyes locked, completely oblivious to the world around them. That photograph quickly became one of the most shared images among fans, sparking fresh waves of speculation. There's also the fascinating dynamic of how they balance this bond with their public personas. Deng Wei, known for his calm and reserved nature, often appears composed and serious. But with Xiang Hanzhi, something changes. He loosens up, allowing glimpses of a softer, playful side rarely seen by the public. Hanzhi, on the other hand, is known for her bubbly charm, but when she's with Deng Wei, she seems more grounded, more at ease. Together, they bring out the best in each other in ways that feel almost poetic. It's this harmony, the yin and yang of their personalities, that fans find so captivating. They are two halves that complete a picture, quietly creating their own universe, even in the chaos of fame. And while neither has openly confirmed any romantic involvement, their actions speak louder than words. The mystery surrounding their hidden love only makes it more powerful. In an industry where relationships are often staged for publicity or destroyed by gossip, what Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi share feels authentic, almost sacred. It's as if they've chosen to let their story unfold in the shadows, where it can grow freely without the weight of the spotlight. And maybe that's the secret. Sometimes, love doesn't need to be shouted from rooftops or displayed on social media. Sometimes, it exists most beautifully in the quiet corners, in the brush of a hand, the exchange of a smile, the comfort of knowing that someone understands you without needing to say a word. For fans, the hidden love between Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi is more than just a rumor. It's a fairy tale unfolding in real life. It's the magic that exists when two people meet and, against all odds, find a connection that even the brightest cameras can't capture fully. And as long as they continue to share these moments, hidden but radiant, fans will continue to watch, to hope, and to believe in the possibility that sometimes the best love stories are the ones we aren't supposed to see. When we talk about hidden love stories in the entertainment world, nothing feels quite as mesmerizing as the subtle, almost invisible thread connecting Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi. In part 1, we uncovered the sparks that fans spotted behind the cameras. But the story doesn't end there. Their bond runs deeper, woven into small yet unforgettable moments that continue to leave fans speechless. One of the most talked about moments happened during a night of rehearsals for a particularly emotional scene in Love of the Divine Tree. The crew recalled how Xiang Hanzhi struggled with her lines, her emotions faltering under the weight of the scene. Deng Wei, though not required to stay, remained by her side long after his parts were done. Instead of offering generic advice, he spoke softly to her, encouraging her to channel her own feelings, reminding her to trust herself. What shocked the crew was the way he never once raised his voice or broke eye contact. The tenderness in his expression said more than any words could. By the time she delivered her scene, she had tears in her eyes, not from the script, but from the overwhelming sense of support she had just received. It was moments like this that cemented their connection in the minds of those who watched. One crew member whispered, "That wasn't just co-star concern. That was personal." Another unforgettable incident unfolded during a rainy day shoot. The cast had to film outdoors, and though umbrellas were scattered around, the sudden downpour drenched nearly everyone. Fans watching from afar later noted that Deng Wei instinctively shielded Xiang Hanzhi, holding his umbrella in such a way that he got wet instead, while she remained almost completely dry. Even when assistants rushed in with fresh towels, he waved them off until she was cared for first. It wasn't scripted, it wasn't staged, it was pure instinct, the kind that comes from caring deeply for someone. Even in the smallest details, their bond shines through. During a press junket, eagle-eyed fans noticed how Deng Wei subtly adjusted Xiang Hanji's chair before she sat down, ensuring it wouldn't wobble. Later, when she accidentally dropped a pen, he bent to pick it up faster than anyone else could react, handing it back with a smile that lingered just a beat too long. These may seem like small things, but to those who believe in the language of hidden love, these moments scream volumes. The most mind-blowing moment, however, came during a fan event. As the pair stood side by side answering questions, the crowd began chanting for them to hold hands. Both actors laughed it off, clearly flustered, but then something happened. When the cheering subsided, Deng Wei gently placed his hand behind Xiang Hanji's back, guiding her forward with such natural familiarity that fans erupted again. Though their hands never fully clasped, the gesture was intimate enough to ignite waves of speculation across social media platforms. Clips of that moment circulated endlessly, with captions like, "This is what hidden love looks like." Perhaps what makes their story so fascinating is how they appear to balance secrecy with honesty. They don't flaunt their closeness online, yet they don't deny it in their actions either. It's as though they've built a world within the chaos, an unspoken agreement to let their feelings breathe away from the blinding spotlight. This makes their connection even more magnetic because fans are not being handed a love story. They are witnessing one unfold in real time. During one backstage interview, when asked what qualities he admired most in his co-star, Deng Wei paused longer than expected before answering. "She listens," he finally said, his voice quieter than usual. "She really listens." It wasn't the typical polished compliment most actors give in interviews. It was raw and personal. Xiang Hanji, sitting beside him, blushed furiously, looking down at her hands. When she finally looked up, she gave him a smile so filled with gratitude it was almost impossible not to read between the lines. Another telling scene happened at a dinner gathering hosted by the production team. While everyone was busy with food and laughter, one fan account claimed to have spotted the two actors sitting slightly apart from the group, talking quietly. They leaned in close, laughing at their own private jokes, completely oblivious to the chaos around them. When one of the producers jokingly teased them for being too quiet over there, both blushed deeply, exchanging quick glances before bursting into laughter. That subtle discomfort, that shared reaction, was all it took for fans to believe the whispers even more. And who can forget the viral airport sighting? Photos emerged of Deng Wei and Xiang Hanji walking through the terminal, surrounded by staff. While they maintained professional composure for the most part, one picture captured what fans call the look. She turned slightly toward him, saying something, and he looked back with an expression so soft, so full of warmth, that the photo quickly trended across platforms. Comment sections flooded with remarks like, "You can't fake eyes like that." Their bond is not about extravagance or public displays. It thrives in the quiet corners, small gestures, fleeting glances, moments that slip past casual observers but feel monumental to those paying attention. And maybe that's why this story resonates so deeply. It's not a manufactured publicity stunt. It's not a flashy romance designed to grab headlines. It feels real. It feels like the kind of love that grows in silence, nurtured by trust, respect, and the kind of understanding that doesn't need words. In an industry where so many relationships are fleeting or staged, the hidden love between Deng Wei and Xiang Hanji feels refreshing. They remind us that the most powerful connections are often the ones we aren't supposed to see, the ones written not in contracts or press releases, but in the invisible language of two souls who simply found each other. And so, the story continues. With every new interview, every fan event, every subtle gesture, they add another layer to this quiet fairy tale. Whether they ever confirm it publicly or not, fans already believe. They've seen the proof not in bold declarations, but in the smallest, sweetest details. Because at the end of the day, love doesn't always need to be shouted. Sometimes it's most beautiful when it's hidden in plain sight, just like the quiet, undeniable bond between Deng Wei and Xiang Hanzhi.